So I started writing things down with the intention of having 5 failures, but the funny thing is I had too many. I had to actually cull it back. Oh, this is embarrassing. Anyway, hope this helps someone out there. YouTube, welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but blessings, it's your boy Dan here, and today I'm going to tell you about my 5 biggest failures in leadership. Now, I just want to make it clear here, these are my own failures, my observations on the way that I've led. To give you a bit of background, I've been a leader for over 20 years now. I've built groups, I've built teams, and I've also led in the work sector as well. So I know a thing or two about leadership. These are my own, so I hope it helps someone out there anyway. So I think the first mistake I made was micromanage. I didn't believe in other people enough, and what happened is I didn't think they could do the task that I gave them to do, which wasn't a reflection on them, it was more so a reflection on my inability to be able to communicate objectives properly. It exhausted my focus, and the people that I was leading felt that they couldn't develop, grow or change, and they also felt like they couldn't thrive under my leadership. What I tended to do was drip feed information to them. Because I had the control of the information, I was also controlling how I disseminated that information to my team. It showed me that I was afraid that other people might be able to do the job better. But that's actually what you want to do when it comes to leadership, because you want to be able to free yourself up from a particular objective and move on to the next part of the vision. Micromanaging keeps your eyes fixed into one place, and it actually prevents growth. It actually stops you from expanding the vision any further, and it actually stops the task from being achieved. It revealed my insecurities and my failure to duplicate after myself. It created a leadership crisis because I didn't believe that anyone else was good enough to do what they were made to do, which is wrong. So there you go. Another thing is I treated people like they were surplus to requirements, and to be honest, I don't know anyone in their right mind that would feel valued and special in that situation. No matter how hard they tried, I was never satisfied with the results they were giving me. They felt I didn't care, so they didn't commit. Eventually you will run out of people and the task will be left in your own hands. People are people, not collateral. Never treat people like they're another cab off the rank, or you won't see growth. Another one, yes, there is more. I thought I had all the answers. Now that's a very dangerous situation to be in as a leader. It stops development, you stop learning, you become irrelevant, you fail to listen to other people. People start to figure you out and they start feeling like you can't lead them to the next level, because you're not growing. It showed that I lacked humility and that I was too prideful to admit that I could learn anything from those that I was leading. And instead of learning from others, I learned from my own mistakes, which hurts even more. And the note I put down here, I didn't want to look vulnerable because I thought if they knew better, I wasn't worthy to lead them. You don't need to know all the answers if you have people in your team that can help you. And the other point is, it's easier to manage a team of solution-focused people than you trying to scramble around and find the answers yourself. I cared more for the results than the people. People bring a vision to fruition, not the other way around. I had a slave driver mentality. When the slave was worn out, I just simply moved on to the next slave, because it was all about harden up or move aside. When you care more about the results than the people, you tend to ignore the gifts and the unique expression that other people bring into your team, and you overlook what they can offer. So this didn't allow other people to flourish. It showed that I didn't respect them, and I wasn't interested in their creativity. I was only interested in using them to fulfill what I needed to get done. Just quickly before we get to the last point, I want to give a quick plug to the social media platforms. All the links will be down below. Also my blogs you'll find on dantytleport.wordpress.com, and you'll also find my podcast with my wife, The Pill, on the Anchor app too. Last point. Here's another one I wrote down. Faked it. I pretended to have it all together when I clearly didn't. What happens is it creates a divide between you as the leader and your followers. And they felt they couldn't relate to me because I was putting myself up on a pedestal. But as one wise man said to me, we're imperfect people, which makes us perfect for each other. In faking it, it created an unreal expectation. It gave people a false impression, and people started questioning my leadership because I couldn't keep it up. And this is probably the important thing, is it made people who were vulnerable or less experienced feel inadequate. They felt that they couldn't rise to the level that I was portraying to them, which is not true. And the humbling thing is the ones that were more vulnerable were a better example than me, because they were real. I thought I'd throw in a couple more bonus ones. I believed I wouldn't fail, I lacked integrity, and I was a drill sergeant. What do you think you're doing? So here are a few final notes I wanted to add. As a leader, respect the responsibility you have over others. As T. Harv Eker says, don't duplicate your mistakes. Beware of what you reproduce. To sub yourself out, you have to find people that are better than you. Just be you. People will gravitate to the real you, and build a community around those who are for you. So there you go everyone, that's 5 of my biggest mistakes, plus a few bonus ones. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to try and upload to YouTube every Friday, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit this, and make sure you click the link as well. Follow your boy on this journey. It's Dan the Man. Remember, stay safe, stay sharp, stay humble. Salutes.